Firstly, thank you very much for joining us today and accepting the invite to the Quora Marketing Thought Leadership Series. Just to give you a little more context, Quora Marketing Thought Leadership Series is where we explore the strategies of industry leaders like yourself shaping the future of marketing. And today, folks, I'm very excited to introduce you to Bharat Khatri, the Chief Digital Officer at Omnicom Media Group, APAC. Hi, Bharat.
Hey Neha, hi.
And just to give everybody, a little bit of backgrounder on Bharat, he has a wealth of experience in digital innovation and strategy. He and his team have excelled in launching some campaigns, exceptional campaigns that reach a very wide targeted audiences for their, specific clients. So I am very excited as you all join us today, where we explore his insights on navigating success in this ever-changing digital landscape. So with that, let's dive right into it, Bharat. And please feel free to jump in with any nuggets that you have for our viewers today. So just a quick, the very first kickoff question that I had on my mind was that how does Omnicom Media Group drive digital innovation to stay ahead in this competitive marketing landscape?
I think good segue for us to start more about where I spend most of my time. So at Omnicom Media Group, digital innovation isn't just a buzzword for us. It's embedded in our DNA. And we actively foster a culture in the organization, which is more around experimentation and agile thinking. This approach allows us to actually stay ahead of the industry's trends by doing a lot of pilots around the new technologies, what we see, whether it's in the space of AI-driven insights or activation, or even some bit of immersive experience, what we're seeing with the use of AR and VR. We have a co-development engineering arm, part of our Omnicom Media Group organization called Analyse. These are some of the amazing minds in our organization, which actually help us build co-development engineering collaboration initiatives with leading tech partners, likes of Google, Meta, Trade Desk, Amazon. And this also ensures us that we are not reacting to the changes of the disruption, what we see in digital landscape every day. We are able to drive them as the first in the industry. And if I give more context, I think from an industry lens, Omnicom Media Group, as our overall group, we were the first in the industry last year to do enterprise level Gen AI partnerships with likes of Google, Adobe, Microsoft, OpenAI. This actually gave us the ability to actually move faster than the market and embrace all these large language models into our day-to-day work stream to bring more automation and drive better efficiency and effectiveness for our clients and employees. Similarly, with Meta, we closely worked on a lot of engineering programs, and recently we have built something called a social commerce tool, considering we are seeing a big wave of consumers now watching content on Instagram, and within that platform, they have the ability to shop the product via Instagram Shop. And now in most markets, we're seeing WhatsApp Pay going live. So with Meta, we have closely worked the social commerce tool, which is actually helping our clients understand the best practices and how can they drive the best in the class return on their ad spends. And there are a lot of more projects what we continue to do, like with Trade Desk. There is inventory predicting scoring algorithm, where through the programmatic bid stream, we are able to analyze the bid factors at every impression level and give them the right score and the weightage so that our clients can understand how they want to leverage the programmatic inventory, which will drive better ROI for them. And last one, I would say the recent one with Amazon is personally my favorite. This is where our engineering team is now able to connect the audience browsing and shopping behavior into the viewership data on connected TV with the likes of Amazon DSP. And very soon, Prime Ads becoming one-stop destination for viewers, not just to watch content, but also to shop based on the content they're watching. So these are some of the innovations where we feel that driving digital innovation is part and parcel and the embedded in the DNA of Omnicom Media Group.
That's fantastic, and getting to understand that you're not being reactive and you're piloting, different technologies for your clients along with partners in the industry. It's very interesting to see and impressive that how OMG continually, pushes the boundaries with cutting edge technologies. So, in line with innovation, I was curious to understand how has using Quora as a high intent platform influenced your marketing approach and audience engagement?
Well, I think in the today's digital landscape, building online communities on platforms like Quora is more critical than ever. And these communities actually foster genuine connections and able to allow our brands to engage with consumers directly, whether it's in the form of answering their questions or sharing insights about their product, ingredients, or even building trust in terms of how other peer set group is recommending this product for them to buy. As users seek more authentic interactions, platform like Quora provide an ideal space for brands to establish that authority as well as foster a loyal community building. And at the same time, we are also witnessing this whole rise of generative AI, large language models. It is interesting to see that how these large language models are going to do the brand recommendation. Because we are seeing search, social, all these mediums are now getting Gen AI powered. And as we see increasingly driven, all these AI algorithms are going to prioritize content based on relevance and user engagement, which also brings us to a thought that is this a shift from traditional SEO approach towards what we are calling SEO on steroids, where content have to be optimized not just for the search engine, but also considering the intent and the context and the quality which is required for these sophisticated large language model to start recommending your brand. So any brand who is new in the space, all the D2C brands, I would definitely push and request them to create their communities. These community can actually enhance on doing content creation, but also for these large language models to do discoverability. This is a AI dominated landscape. The AI algorithm have to find your brand in this chatter. And these are strategic ways, or I would say new standards to ensuring that your brand remains top of the mind so that when these AI start recommending the brand, you don't have to rapidly change in this ever-changing digital environment.
Thanks, Bharat. I think it's so important that how you highlighted leveraging Quora's high intent audience by focusing on building community, fostering engagement, and having authentic interaction with your customer. With that, I wanted to also dive a little bit deeper into a recent campaign success that you would have seen. So, like, could you share a recent success story from Quora Ads campaign and the impact it had on targeting engaged communities?
I think the recent campaign, top of the mind, would be for Varsuni, formerly known as Philips Domestic Appliances. So our team was able to harness different audience cohort within your platform for consumers who are seeking validation, reviews, feedbacks around mixer, grinder, and a lot of other home appliances. So we leveraged the platform, I think, for a period of 45 days to create this community. We created a lot of branded content push. And while we were doing all these branded content push, we also saw a lot of user-generated content around giving our larger audience group a validation that they have used the product. It delivers the value, it delivers the performance, it is best ROI product for them. So we were able to leverage the paid media boost, which I think is part of the biddable media that we can buy through Quora. And within a period of, I think, 45 days, we saw fantastic results around 5 to 5.5 million views. And we were also able to leverage this whole traffic that we harness, taking them to the brand page, what was also created inside the Quora platform.
Right. That's actually very, well put, because this is more of a consideration mindset audience, which is coming to look for more peer reviews rather than, passively scrolling. And I've already made my decision, so I want to go to the e-commerce platform and make that purchase. So I think your team has been leveraging a lot of data and insights via these campaigns. So it's almost like a data mine that is there. So just speaking about data, I wanted to get a little bit of sense on, how does OMG utilize data analytics to enhance their marketing strategies and decision making?
So data is again like a lifeblood for all the marketing, modern marketing, I would say, what we do at Omnicom Media Group. We are able to harness advanced analytics to create data-driven strategy, which is both in the form of predictive and prescriptive. This actually means that we are not just analyzing past behaviors, but also forecasting future consumer trends with the help of these data signals. Through our proprietary open orchestrating marketing platform, which we call Omni, we are now able to segment audiences with more precision, and we are able to optimize media spends for our client through different applications which are proprietary to us, like channel planner, investment planner. And this also gives us a real-time campaign effectiveness measurement, down to the small details, not just at a platform level, format level, creative, day paths. And using all these data insights, we are now able to leverage and drive measurable ROI growth for our brands. To give more context, I think one of our recently integrated application, which also harnesses a lot of data signals available in a more privacy safe way on the internet and through big tech platforms, is Omni Activation AI. With the help of this Omni Activation AI tool, we are now able to optimize media across platform, whether it is Google, Meta, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok. And we are able to harness these log level insight based on what has worked in the past, the color of the creative, the day part, the time of the day, what domains were performing. And we are leveraging all these signals together to build more of a predictive model and drive these models into building a custom algorithm. Similarly, we have also built something called a cultural insight tool called Q. So using NLP, natural language processing, we are able to harness a lot of signals on the open internet. Platforms like Quora is a great segue for us to understand the chatter around our brand, whether it's in the positive space, negative space. So we are harnessing all these non-media cultural aspect also to build these reach curves model and insight. And then the last is all about when we are sitting on this tons of data sets in a privacy safe way, how can we leverage them to build more of a agile marketing mix modeling or to drive advanced measurement so that our clients can understand how they need to diverse their media investment, whether it's within the form of linear TV or a CTV, or within from a branded search to a native platform like Quora.
Great. I think it's fascinating with Omni and Q that there is so much of learning that you're able to provide your clients, and in order to plan a very, very focused campaign. And towards the end, you mentioned as to how Quora is quite data rich when it comes to conversations about a product or a service. So just wanted to just follow up and understand that how are these insights? Quora's a rich, database mind that is there. So I wanted to understand that how does your team typically use these insights in their day-to-day planning or any form of upcoming campaign suggestions that they have to refine their strategy?
I think the best segue for us is to first embrace these insights to understand the cultural trend which is happening from consumers on your platform, and try to navigate these trends into more from a comms and a content strategy point of view. Because I think on your platform, we are able to segment these users into different buckets. And then the same user demographic, geography also exists on other large media platforms. So driving to understand what trend is driving through these chatter communities and leveraging that into a content and comm strategy is the first step. Second is also we do a lot of sentiment analysis in terms of competition brand understanding. What are the factors which is driving up move for our competition brands, and what are the learnings that we can embrace? Is it the transparency of the ingredients of the product? Is it the more ethnicity about the story, how the product was created? So there are multiple ways in which these signals are far more relevant compared to some of the signals what we see on other traditional media platforms, which are becoming more of fascinated around purely around demographic, geography, device type, and affinity of consumer.
Right. Right. I think it's interesting that you're splitting this into two parts, which is communication strategy planning and as well as sentiment analysis. This is the platform that you will see a lot of conversation about, anything that someone wants to make that purchase, but needs to understand what someone else who has used this product or service thinks about it. So clearly, Quora Insights, are pivotal in enhancing strategies. And as the digital landscape evolves, what I'd love to understand are the strategies that OMG has implemented to thrive amidst this rapidly growing digital environment. While you've covered, Omni and Q, is there anything else that you would like to share with our audiences in terms of, what is OMG planning?
I think one of the core strategy, what I feel, which everyone should embrace in this rapidly evolving digital environment, is about embracing a mindset of continuous learning and agility. And that's what we are doing at Omnicom Media Group. We are heavily investing in upskilling our teams so that we stay ahead of this technological advancement or the tectonic industry shifts, what we are witnessing right now. But we are maintaining a flexible operational model that actually allows us to pivot quickly when the new opportunity or challenges arises. And by staying close to our clients' business and their evolving needs, we are able to adapt these strategy to remain more relevant and effective, no matter how the fast this digital world changes. To give context, like we are the most certified partner when it comes to Google and Meta across Asia. And when we talk about certification, it's not just at a individual employee level, but also at an agency level. So a mindset of continuous learning and agility is very much important in this ever-changing digital landscape.
So true, because adapting so effectively and at the speed that you all are working towards is crucial in today's market. And, just coming to the end of our conversation, finally, I just wanted to understand what are the core values that guide your leadership approach, and how do you inspire your team to excel?
My personal leadership philosophy is probably anchored in empowerment, collaboration, and a growth mindset. But I completely believe in giving my team the full autonomy and to innovate while providing the support what they need to succeed. But open communication, transparency are crucial that actually foster the culture of trust. We can tackle challenges head on, we can celebrate success together, but you need to inspire your team with a clear ambition and goal. And every day we have to recognize the contributions, what they drive in. This collectively, I think bringing that shared vision gives the environment to everyone in the team to stay motivated and excel. And this also helps our organization to drive forward. So it's
So
all
true.
about empowerment, collaboration, and finding that growth mindset.
I think that's fantastic, and I just wanted to take a leaf from there because when you mentioned that has to be a transparency, and you try and keep your team up to date with what is happening and empowering them. If I were to like to sign off, ask you that what are if this is a curveball, I don't think so. But what are the marketing trends that you think will, like if I have to ask you 5 marketing trends that you want to call out or 3 marketing trends you want to call out, I'd love to understand that your peers should watch out for.
I think the number one trend I would say is which we are witnessing every day is around generative AI and these large language models. So I would like everyone to stay close to this trend because we are very fast moving from a world where these large language models are going to recommend brands to consumers. Search and social, both as a platforms, are getting powered with generative AI. And if your brand is not visible in this online community space, it will be hard for these large language models to recommend your brand. So tip number one for all the new age brand is to start understanding how these large language model works and how can they make sure that there is some bit of content about themselves or their brand inside these models. Second, I would say is about getting closer to building a privacy safe framework. It's important to understand all the data regulations and understand the new forms of connecting with consumer because the way we used to use third-party data sets, whether in the form of cookies, device IDs, will be a thing of past. So build your own privacy safe framework, how you want to connect with your consumer, what is the value exchange to get closer to them in form of getting their first party data, understanding the MarTech and the ad tech stack that you have deployed. What level of data insights are you harnessing? Do you have a consent, opt-in, opt-out? So this is, I would say, a much needed hygiene mandatory requirement for all brands, whichever market you work. And the third important trend, I would say, stay closer to the disruption what we are seeing on the social commerce space, because it is interesting how content engagement and commerce are getting together to create this deadly combination where brands and consumers don't have to go into fragmented world. There are platforms who can solve the purpose both for consumer in terms of content entertainment and at the same time giving them an opportunity to shop the product and buy the product online. So every brand should embrace some form of social commerce.
That is, very helpful because I think for every marketer, it is important to understand what their peers are doing. Also, like you rightly pointed out, generative AI is something that even Quora is focusing on. And we have this platform that we've recently launched, which is platform for open explanation, PO. So PO is one of our pioneer services where we essentially allow you to access every Gen AI tool that is there in the market. And brand safety, well, like you rightly pointed out today, there's so much of data available out there, but consent is very important. The opt-in mechanism that marketers need to ensure that is implemented down the funnel. So if someone is opted out, you don't want to serve your content to them, send follow-up mailers. So all of these nuances are so important today. So thank you so much, Bharat. I think you've shared really valuable insights today on digital innovation, on strategy, and more importantly, what is important, you focused on staying ahead in the competitive landscape via various initiatives that Omnicom has, and how you have been using these innovative tools to launch successful campaign. And once again, I think data analytics is something so critical where we feel that if you do not deep dive and understand your user's mindset, it becomes very difficult in terms of arriving at that particular campaign that you want to have an impact to it. So a shout out to you for joining us today and taking this time out to walk us through your journey and what your organization is doing. If there's anything you want to share with us before we sign off, or yeah, we are good.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. And thanks to your audience for watching us. Would love to stay connected. Thank you.
Thanks, Bharat.